Hi, and welcome back to Conscious Living. This week, it's all about the L word, love. But for many, it's a 4-letter word. We all want more love in our lives, but we just don't know how to create it.
That's because we're all looking for love in all the wrong places. More money, more sex, more food, more followers, more fans. We're looking for something on the outside that can only be created on the inside. As in the mortal words of Eddie Murphy, we're working Punub in all the wrong places, working Punub.
So to help you cultivate self-love, the most important love of all, we're going to start first with posture. Do you find yourself standing or sitting hunched over? In this posture, your heart's closed and it's hard to give or receive love. So this week, you're taking you to one of our favorite spiritual retreats in upstate New York for an invigorating, heart-opening Anusara yoga practice.
Yep, one of the best ways to practice self-love is getting healthy. So we're taking you to one of our favorite romantic getaways in Palm Springs for its special healing waters.
I love that place.
Then we'll show you how to make your own antioxidant-rich chocolate bars right at home.
And if you want more healthy sweets for your sweetie, then don't miss Michael's tasty chocolate banana pie. Mwah! And this year, skip the usual red roses. We've seen them before. Opt instead for a beautiful handmade lei. We'll show you how to make your very own.
We're in the mood for love today. Up next on Conscious Living.
Well, the science is in. A little dark chocolate a day helps keep the doctor away. So to show us how to make our own chocolate from scratch right at home, today, expert chocolate maker and the founder of Undone Chocolate is in the house, Adam Cavalier. Welcome, Adam.
Thanks for having me.
So glad to have you here, and the smell of chocolate is just wafting for you at home. It's, oh, you want to eat the air. It smells so good. And you've got this chocolate maker going right now.
Absolutely, yeah. It's grinding away. It's grinding some nibs to make cocoa liquor and eventually chocolate out of it.
Cocoa liquor, yes.
Yeah.
Well, walk us through the process of chocolate making. What does it involve, and is it simple or is it really hard?
Well, it's extremely complex, actually. There's more steps in making chocolate than there are in making wine. There's a lot to it, from everything from where the cacao grows on the farm to how it's post-harvested and processed on the cacao farm, to everything from when we get it to sorting and roasting and grinding and aging and winnowing. So we'll do some of those steps today, and we'll show you how you can do this at home as well.
Okay.
But I also want to explain the complexity and what also goes on behind the scenes.
Yes, well, please do. So it looks like we've got a setup here that kind of walks us through the stages, starting out first with,
That's
where
the cacao
chocolate comes
pod.
from?
That's the fruit, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. So we like to tell people that chocolate actually comes from a fruit, which little people know.
It's really hard.
Yeah, so that's a cocoa pod. So that is a fruit of the chocolate tree, Theriabroma cacao, that's harvested on the farm, and inside are 30 to 60 cacao beans.
Wow.
So it's cracked open, and out they pull the beans as well as the fruit, the mucilage that's surrounding the beans. And it's a very, very sweet and tangy fruit as well.
Very cool. Okay, so this is where it comes from.
That's where it comes from. So that's a cacao pod. So the beans are inside, and they're pulled out, and they're put into a wooden box and fermented for a couple days, up to maybe a week, depending on the variety of cacao, as well as the origin where they're being grown and fermented. But that is where chocolate develops its flavor originally, is through the fermentation process.
Similar to wine, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that it's fermented, and as well as the complexity of what's happening within that ecosystem of fermentation. So the fruit's actually fermenting, and the acids and the ethanol that's being made by the bacteria and the fungus in the fermentation is entering the bean and actually turning the bean, making it go from a bitter nut into a flavorful chocolate bean.
Wow, the chocolate bean that we love, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so what is this phase? Is this post?
So we get the beans in and we sort them and roast them. And after we roast them, we separate the shells from the nibs. And here we see the nibs. The cells we separate and actually make a tea from it. Very nice chocolatey tea.
I'll have to try some of that. So we've got some nibs roasting right now.
We do. We have some beans roasting. Yeah.
Should we grab those?
Let's pull them out.
Okay. Ooh.
Yep. So you'll get that chocolatey aroma from the roast. And what the roast will also do is it'll make the shells more fragile.
So
if you push on the bean,
right?
So you push on the bean, you'll get the shell will break.
I don't think I'm strong enough. Let's see. There we go.
There you go. Yeah. So the shell becomes brittle after the roast.
Ooh.
Yep. And inside you can smell the nibs.
like
Very
heaven.
fragrant after it roasts, exactly.
Okay,
And so what we do is we can do this a number of different ways, but what we're doing now by hand is called winnowing. That's when we separate the shells from the nibs. So you can put those on the side in one pile, and the nibs we put in another pile.
So the shells is just the outer layer.
Shells the outer layer.
Oh, I see.
And the nib is what you call the meat of the bean. So you just crack the shells, and out come the nibs.
So then we do a lot of these, and then we get a nice big pile of those.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. All right. What's next?
And then that we're going to feed into our stone melanger, or wonder grinder. It's granite wheels with a granite drum, and it spins and pulverizes the cacao, basically pushing the fat out of the cell and making a liquid chocolate. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe do we need to put some of that in there?
Yep.
And
We'll
then
feed some into the grinder. Yep.
Okay.
And those will just grind down
Okay.
to a smooth consistency.
And then do you add sugar, or is it?
Sugar's also added in
Okay,
this,
that's
in this
all
stage.
mixed in there.
That's
Okay.
also mixed in.
That's
Yeah.
what we have here.
So
Okay.
we're gonna achieve all of our flavor potential here.
Okay. All right. So once this is done spinning,
Yeah.
what happens
So
next?
this has been going for about 5 hours.
Okay.
We'll turn it off. Nice and quiet now.
Nice.
Chocolate
and quiet.
Factory quiets
Yes.
down when you.
Yes. But the sound is worth the final product.
Yes. It takes a lot of energy to grind cacao.
Yes. And that's
So we'll
just
take
pure
out the
chocolate,
wheels.
no water. It's just the
Right.
chocolate.
Yep. That's just
molten
the
down.
fat of the chocolate that's
Okay.
making it glossy like that.
Wow. Ooh, nougaty.
Pour that into a bowl. And so we're going to temper this by what's called the seeding method.
Okay.
Seeding method is when you add already tempered chocolate to chocolate that's not tempered, and you cool it in a certain way by mixing it to achieve a temper.
Wow, and that's what gives you that smooth chocolate bar texture that we all want, right?
Exactly, yeah. Right, so here we'll take a bar that we already have that's tempered, so you have to sacrifice a little bit to make a new batch.
Right. And so, Adam, you've been doing this for how long? I mean, Undone
We'll
Chocolate.
take this temperature as well.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to make sure that we get it down to 90 degrees with this chocolate.
90 degrees. Okay. Wow, very high tech. The equipment.
Yeah.
I mean, you just measured temperature just by
infrared thermometer.
pointing. Pretty cool.
Yep, with surface temperature, but you got to mix it so
Wow.
that you get it accurate.
High tech stuff. So you've
Yeah,
been doing
thanks.
this for how long? I mean, you're a total pro, and one of the things that you specialize in is chocolate that's pure, without
Yeah.
all the extra crap that we get from traditional candy bars, right?
Right, yeah, we make a super simple, very pure chocolate, which is actually very difficult from a processing manufacturing standpoint. We just use organic cacao and organic sugarcane in our chocolate. And we do that to make a very robust, full flavor chocolate, but also to preserve the health benefits of the cacao that's going into the chocolate, to make the final bar as rich in antioxidants as possible, but also as full in flavor as possible.
Super healthy, super pure. Okay, let's get that chocolate in the
Yeah.
mold.
And we'll pour it into molds.
There's nothing like just a traditional, like, rectangular chocolate bar.
Right,
Yeah.
just classic. We like a
Classic.
very simple,
Yeah.
we have a very simple mold. So we get our chocolate into the molds, and then we're going to chill it in the fridge.
So what's the optimal amount of time? 20 minutes, 30 minutes, longer?
20 minutes until it releases from the bottom. You can see on the bottom that there's no longer any wet spots. That's
okay,
where the
let's
chocolate's,
show the audience. They can see.
that it's completely released.
Got it. No more wet spots.
Yeah,
Cool. All right.
yep. And so we turn them over,
Voila.
and we have finished chocolate bars. Yep.
Very nice. Thank you. Ooh, crisp.
Yeah, crisp. It's a little cold from the fridge. We just made a Dominican 70%
Ugh,
2-ingredient chocolate.
there's like a pre-taste, a mid-taste, an aftertaste. It's just like wine,
A lot of complexity to
except
it.
it's chocolate.
Yeah, completely.
Wonderful. Well, Adam, thank you so much for this wonderful tutelage. Hopefully we can duplicate this at home. And
Yeah.
I'm going to keep eating chocolate.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah. Well, don't go away. We've got more delicious treats coming up, including a getaway to a heart-opening yoga retreat, an alternative to the everyday rose bouquet, and a raw vegan chocolate banana pie. Back in a moment. Deep in the foothills of the Catskill Mountains, just an hour's drive from Manhattan, lies Ananda Ashram, a rustic spiritual retreat situated on 88 plush acres in Monroe, New York. Founded in 1964 by Sri Brahmananda Sarasvati as an East-West spiritual education center welcoming guests from all faiths and cultural backgrounds, one of Ananda's core missions is to promote the highest principles of yoga. As part of this tradition, it hosts dozens of yoga retreats for visitors around the world who return to the ashram year after year for its beauty, peace, and core curriculum including traditional Vedic fire ceremonies, Sanskrit classes, and kirtan. One of the most popular retreats is taught by Elias Lopez, who hosts an Anusara-inspired weekend of yoga designed to help its students open their hearts.
And shoulders back, melt the upper body, beautiful. Find the softness to be more connected. And exhale, go back into down facing dog, don't lose the connection. Elbows back, soft upper body now. That's it, beautiful.
Some people find love, some people find a place to rest, some people find a place to go deeper into the practice of yoga. Some people come to learn Sanskrit. So some people come just to experience something different. And the beautiful things about Ananda Ashram is that you have the choice to participate or not. You can come here and meditate, or come here and sit down in the woods, or come here and walk around the lake, or take a yoga class, or swim. So it's more, there is no a restricted way to sit down in a meditation or sit down certain idea of philosophy. It's, everybody's invited. Everybody is completely involved in a way that they want it, as much as they want it. So the invitation is there. It's a gift.
Led in conjunction with his teacher, Tara Glazier, the theme of the retreat was Nataraja, the cosmic dancer.
Creation and dissolution. This leg that he's standing on, the sustaining leg, has a bent leg. That is the sustaining energy of Vishnu even. And this hand over here, occluding the heart, this is the concealing arm. And the leg that's coming up is the revelatory leg or foot that represents grace, concealment and revelation, darkness and light. So in every part of the Shiva Nataraj, he's teaching us not that life is still, that life is stagnant, that our own experience is whatever that is. But life is complex. Our embodiment is pulsing. It's beautiful. It's contracted. It's expanded. It's dancing. It's flowing.
Each class began with an invocation to spirit.
So please receive a very deep breath.
And the beginning is the opening of the heart to remember by connecting with the chest, with opening to align with the deepest form of yourself.
Take a deep breath. Radical, open your heart. Let's show them more back, head back, shoulders back, head back. So do you see, before the arms, the open is from the core. So it's how much can you open from the core. It's not how much the arms goes back. And then after that, you can celebrate the open that you just created. You can make the arm, if you want back, you can go here, or you can go to Dhanurasana. It does feel like the piece of tea, a cup of tea of today, or stay here. Yeah, go for Dhanurasana.
Once our hearts were open, Tara guided us step by step through more challenging poses, including arm balances like Ekapada Kundinyasana and Dragonfly.
And if you're feeling, watch how much I go forward into the heart so the bottom leg can extend. And that way you become the artist, like using these principles of pulsation. Hold the inner thigh, and I give her a little lift when she's ready into the heart. She's both contracting and expanding simultaneously. Ekapada Kundinyasana.
The last day focused on restoration, including partner work and Thai yoga.
Shoulders back still. Not to the side. In the middle of the legs. Pull back, shoulders back, like that. Life is good. Nice.
Why to come to a retreat? Definitely, it's really an invitation to go deeper into your practice. It's just a step back a little bit for your regular or everyday life. You can actually use the principles of alignment outside your life, out to the mat. How you live, how you relate with others, how you walk in the street is from physical, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So when we practice yoga, the asanas, is to remember to open the heart, not just the physical, but also to connect with that essence to yourself. Every time, for example, yesterday, we mentioned, okay, how much can you love? And people just open their arms and extend as much as they wanted. And even the eyes start to open, they say, how much can you love? And they open their arms, and they really, the expansion, and it just feels good just to offer love. Just feel love to see how much can you, and that's how we align. We don't have to say, okay, your shoulders back, shoulders even to the sides. It's just, how much can you love? Just keeping that. Any pose that we do, just keeping the highest open of the heart. So in the end of the practice, the end of the actual retreat, most of the people have this feeling of joy, feeling like, how can I keep that when I go to the city? I said, well, just remember, this is what you are. What we just touched right now is the light that is always there for you. And it's there, and it keeps expanding. What you do in the retreat is you create the opening to see the light. This is always there. So when you come back to your regular life, you have this beautiful force, remembering. When I come back to the city from the retreat, usually I feel I want to hug people in the subway. I feel like I want to love everybody. Like, what changed? There's always the same, the people's the same, but the way how I feel is different. So the transformation is from inside.
Each year, millions of travelers flock to Hawaii to enjoy miles and miles of beautiful beaches. But what makes Hawaii paradise is the tropical flora and fauna and the cultural tradition of aloha, or the spirit of love, appreciation, and respect. Nothing conveys this spirit better than the ancient tradition of offering leis, which are as iconic as its white sand beaches and epic surf. When it comes to making them, look no further than Oahu's Hawaiian Lei Company, nestled in bustling downtown Honolulu.
The lei signifies, basically what we feel is, it signifies aloha or love. So what that means is you're making that person feel special by giving them a personal piece of Hawaii. My wife and I decided that this is something that we wanted to do. We get to work with flowers every day. We get to work with customers that are celebrating special occasions, from birthdays to graduations, babies being born. We are a small business, a family-owned small business. We try to use as much of the local flora and fauna that we can from all the islands, not just from Oahu, but also from Molokai, from where we get pikaki from, to the big islands where we use all of their tropicals and also their leis, including Maui. We get plumeria from this island itself. We get a lot of the other ginger, tuberose. Most of the fragrant flowers, everything that's fragrant, pikaki, they all come from here from Oahu and from the outer islands. So our impact on Hawaii is that we try to use as much of the local as we can. This is plumeria.
Oh, I can smell it from here.
You can smell it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a double plumeria lei, which reminds me of the old Elvis Presley days of the 1950s and 60s.
He wore leis a lot, didn't
Yes,
he?
he
What
did.
was
He
that about?
loved Hawaii.
Yeah,
so,
he loved Hawaii.
this kind of reminds me of that, the old double carnations and leis, and it's
Oh my gosh,
absolutely
it's like
beautiful.
heaven.
So these come out of the Waianae coast here on Oahu, and they're picked fresh the day of, and they bring them to us.
With the vast majority of Hawaiian products sourced from foreign and mainland imports, the Hawaiian Lei Company is making a difference by supporting local agriculture, farmers, and artisans. And that's what Ohana, the Hawaiian tradition of community, is all about. Lei making may look easy, but as I quickly learned, this exotic tradition is truly a form of art.
Ooh, these are my favorites.
This is a single plumeria lei, so we're gonna have you finish it off.
Okay.
So we start with sewing the needle and the thread, and we go away from you so we don't get your finger. And just go to the next one. And traditionally, you just want to do a couple at a time. You don't want to crush them. So you put down 3, and you just grab them, grab the needle, and pull it down. There you go.
Wow, okay. Ooh, this is bendy.
Yes.
I would be the slowest lei maker because I'd be smelling every
It's all right, as
single-
long as you enjoy this. Okay, and then
So it just goes right in the
move your
center.
finger away, and then push through.
Oh,
Perfect.
it went through.
Perfect.
And then do 2 more.
2 more. And nice.
guess the needle has to be pretty sharp.
Not necessarily, just not too thick.
Not too thick, right?
Yes. Okay, and now we grab the top and we pull it down. And that's it.
Nice. I want to do more.
There you go. The tradition of giving a lei is to share aloha and to share love or compassion or goodwill and feelings towards another person. So you give the lei, you create the lei over, you give a hug and a kiss, and say congratulations, and then
Thank
go
you.
on.
I love it.
Up next, a romantic getaway to the healing waters of Palm Springs. Stay with us. With its warm weather and sunshine over 300 days a year, Palm Springs is a popular destination for travelers worldwide. Just off the beaten path in desert hot springs lies Two Bunch Palms, a wellness retreat unlike any other. With cozy but spacious bungalows fit for a king, and an intimate on-property restaurant serving delicious, sustainable meals, it's a perfect location for a romantic getaway.
Now this place is amazing. They actually built the resort on top of a naturally occurring mineral hot springs where the water comes out of the ground at 147 degrees. Now people have been coming here since the 1930s and swear by its healing powers. And they even say, legend has it, that Al Capone was the first person to settle this area. Now I haven't seen any gangsters here, but I've seen a lot of people that swear by the healing powers and love this place. So we want to find out and see what makes these waters so special.
Michael found out firsthand with a walking tour of the property with the general manager.
Down the set of stairs is where the magic happens.
All
Want to
right.
go down and we'll take a look?
Yeah.
All right. And this is all natural mineral waters. This is our hot mineral springs, and it's also what we call the grotto. The large side is 98 degrees. The small side is 104.
So nice.
There's a waterfall over here that turns on about every 45 minutes. Once it drops below 98 degrees here, this will turn on and put fresh mineral water right from the earth into the hot springs until it reaches 99 degrees, and then it'll shut off. We've got a very low sulfur content. A lot of places in the world have a higher sulfur content, but we do have our mineral pools are lithium enriched, so it really helps to relax your muscles and just to be able to totally unwind.
Cool.
The water that people swim in too, Michael, what happens is once you swim in it, the water that you're swimming is constantly drained off down the property. We've actually got two lakes here that what happens is when the water continues down the property, it actually integrates with these two lakes that we have here.
You're so nice. Look at you.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you. You know what you're getting, don't you?
It really is its own little ecosystem. A little bit of a buffer zone from the outside world.
Very cool.
The resort's healing waters are a perfect complement to its award-winning spa treatments, which range from more traditional therapies like massage, to Watsu for couples, chakra balancing, and detoxifying mud baths. What keeps me coming back? Soaking, soaking, and soaking in the healing waters of Two Bunch Palms.
You know, as a man, there's a lot of things you'll do for the love of your woman. So when Bianca said she wanted to go raw vegan, one of my first home run recipes was a raw chocolate mousse. So delicious. But today we're going to take it to the next level with the chocolate banana pie. It's easy to prepare, it's healthy, and it's going to make your sweetie's heart sing. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to blend our crust. Now our crust is really quite simple. We start with a cup of hazelnuts, a cup of pecans, about 6 medjool dates, a little sprinkle of salt, and we just throw it in the food processor. Okay, and you're going to blend it for a couple minutes, and when you get done, you'll get a nice consistency, and then you're just going to pour it straight into your pan, and just start pressing it. Okay, you're going to press it down, and then this is our crust right here. It's already prepared. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our layer of bananas. So we're going to just we're going to do our bananas in here like this, just a nice layer of bananas. Okay, and just you know, I love bananas and chocolate. There's nothing like it. There's something about it that's it's like peanut butter and jelly, but I may even say it's better. Nice layer of banana. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cacao nibs. Okay, a little bit of cacao nibs is going to be real nice. It's going to add some nice texture to it. So now we have our crust and our base prepared. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our mousse. Now this mousse is so easy, and you're never going to guess what the base is for ripe avocados. And we're just going to scoop this right into the food processor, nice and easy. Okay. And this is such a quick dessert. I love this first time, you know, we went raw vegan because it's so delicious. It's quick, it's satisfying. Sometimes you just need your chocolate fix. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our cacao. We have 3/4 of a cup of cacao. We're just going to drop that into our food processor. And then we're going to add about 1/2 cup of our sweetener of choice. Now you could use agave, you could use coconut nectar. I like maple syrup. And so we're just going to add about 1/2 cup of maple syrup. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to grind in a little sea salt just to pop up the flavors a little bit. Maybe 1/4 teaspoon, a little bit less. And then we're just going to blend it. And we're just going to let that run for about 3 minutes. Okay, good. Okay, beautiful. Look at that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this off, and I'm going to put this right onto my crust, just like that. Okay, so we're just going to smooth it out. Get a nice, maybe about 1 inch thick across the top. And the nice thing is that because it's avocados, it's very smooth, silky smooth. Okay, so then next thing we're going to do, we've got our nice, beautiful, finished mousse right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the fridge. Now in theory, you could eat it right like this, but we're going to put it in our fridge and we're going to let it sit. Typically, you want to let it sit for at least a couple hours and to firm up. So now we've got our nice, beautiful, finished pie here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish it off with some rice whip. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more cacao nibs to the top. I'm just going to sprinkle some of these on. Okay, it's going to give it's going to give a nice crunch to it, a nice little contrast in texture and flavor. And then we're going to add our whipped cream. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit in the middle. Nice, look at that, huh? Okay. So we've got the beautiful crust, that pecan and the hazelnut and the dates and a little bit of salt adds a really nice crust. You've got that great layer of bananas and then that perfect thick chocolate mousse. That is just like the perfect bite. Oh, wow. Unbelievably decadent. It's vegan and it's raw. It's healthy. It's good for you. That's all we got this time. I'm going to keep eating this. That's all for this week. See you next time.
Want more? Follow us on social media at Conscious Living TV.
He's pathetic. What are?
And I just said your name correctly.